Hi, welcome back to another edition of Chasing Tone. I'm Travis.
I'm Max, my new lapel mic.
Max has his new lapel mic.
I'm Brian.
I'm Jake.
And this is Jake. Jake's with us once again.
After a long lunch.
After a long lunch. We were talking about how...
3 days.
Yeah, it was about a week-long lunch.
About a week-long lunch.
But, so we're going to pause right now for a little applause. That was for the new microphones. Or the old microphones, I should say.
Goes mild.
And yeah, and the crowd goes mild. All right. So yeah, we're back to the old mics.
By the way, if you happen to own a microphone company and you have some good quality lapel mics, you might let me know.
I'm starting to think they don't exist.
I don't know, man. Some people's have them.
Yeah.
Just need tape.
Yeah, just
We invite you to prove us wrong.
yeah, exactly. I don't think they exist.
I'll take free stuff.
Yeah.
Send the mics away. Come on.
It's so no, but you know we tried. You know, I mean, that's the problem when you try things.
You asked us to do lapel mics, we did. Then you commented and said how you hated our lapel mics.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
This is what you get.
Yeah. Here's
You win
a
this
term
one.
I made up. Here's one that I made up completely. You just got to throw some rice against the wall.
See if it's sticky, right?
Yeah, I made that up. That's a wampler. I mean, I know you didn't make it up, but that's one that you.
No, I
you
made
use a lot.
it up.
Yeah, yeah. No, I take full credit for that.
That's an English word called platitude.
Here they go. That's they've got the beaks or the bills. Yeah,
That's a platypus.
yeah. That's what you just said.
That's
You
a
don't
platitude.
know. Huh? I don't like your platitude.
Did we just come out with a pedal called that?
Yeah, the platitude.
Platitude standard.
Yeah.
Platitude deluxe.
Yeah, come on, over. But so let's jump into it. Let's. Who is it?
I'm glad you guys heard that ringing.
Yeah, it's not in your head. It's not in your head.
So what's your
I
first
forget.
question?
What I want to go with is I had to research this one. No, I had to research this one because I guess I'm a little out of the loop when it comes to the Chinese pedals.
Mm-hmm. Me too, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing, I would think. Yeah, this guy writes in, Terry Goss writes, have any of you guys played the new wave of Chinese clones? There's a lot of buzz about Tone City and Moval. Or is it Moval? I'm guessing Moval. The footprint is certainly attractive. Thanks. Cheers, Terry Goss. Obviously, the footprint, he's referring to, they are mini pedals.
Mini pedals.
Yeah. I'm actually starting to come around on the mini pedals, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as long as you Velcro them. It's not something you can take to a jam.
Right.
Man, it's infuriating to try to take one of those to a jam if it's not Velcroed down.
I bet.
Unless the stage is carpet.
But still, it has to be Velcroed.
Yeah, that's some kind of.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if not, then look at Jake. He's cracking up. He's like, "That's what he just said."
Double-sided tape, bro. They mean like Velcroed on a board, I guess.
Right. But no, it has to have something to. Maybe like they could. I got an idea. $1 million idea. Carpet padding. Some pedals have that. They have like this like weird padding on the underside of them. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't trust it.
You can't trust it, Max. It's who knows what it is. I'm not going to go there. But I had to research it. I mean, are they any different than the Joyo stuff or anything like that?
I've never seen them, but I don't watch what China's doing with pedals, you know?
Right. Or nuclear weapons.
Right.
Look at these guys. Oh, you guys are so worried about offending people.
We've already done that a long time ago.
Look at this. He's like, I'm Mr. PC. I don't want to get bombed by China. You know,
my job.
Yeah. You're not going to lose your job. I mean, obviously, if you go on a rampage here, you know. But, yeah. See, now there you go. Now that's what I'm talking about, right? Because Japan. See, okay.
China and Japan are different places.
I know, but you talked about Gazira.
They actually made him a honorary Japanese citizen.
Godzilla?
Godzilla, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's on the radio.
How did he take it?
Didn't hear anything back.
Well, it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Sure.
You know.
Next question.
What did we talk about on the? What we did a podcast. I'm just going to come right out and say it. We did a podcast before this one, and we forgot to talk about guitar tone.
We did the whole entire thing was about goats.
It was
And
so
my
bad.
job.
Your ex jobs shoveling poo.
No, I
And
didn't shovel poo. I dug concrete slats
right.
out of poo.
So we did the podcast.
Of
And then
pig
we
poo.
got done and said, let's just delete that.
Let's
man.
just delete that whole
There's
one.
nothing about guitars in that.
Yeah. So the problem is we did read a question. Oh, it's Roy Westonhousen's Smithson's fault
That's what it was.
because he talked about the pig in a bag.
That's
pedal,
right. And that's what got the last.
Oh man, I'm
the
sorry,
one-
Roy. We will read the part that says, "Max, you are now an honorary member of the Lenexa Pocket Knife and Sarsaparilla Club. If you make it out this way, I'll get you a free knife sharpening and a tall glass of my pond hooch. Adios, armadillos." Roy Westonhausen Smith and
But we are not putting
Yeah.
pigs in a pedal.
yeah, no, guest
Lot of
blogger,
blankets.
guest blogger for Ropes and Steers Quarterly, sent from my iPhone. So no, he basically said, "I got an idea. How about a pedal that sounds like a pig in a bag?" And he mentioned he wanted to call it the Pigtronics 3000. We were like, "There's a company called Pigtronics," and he
Right.
had no idea.
Right.
He had no idea that there actually is a company called Pigtronics. So that is not making fun of Pigtronics. But I'm going to leave that one there, and I'm not going to talk about my previous jobs at Hog Barns.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was a crappy job anyway. Yeah, bucket of beans. Bucket of boom. Okay. Anyway, so we probably didn't talk about the delay thing, or did we talk about
We
the delay?
did. We did touch on that briefly. Yeah.
Was that episode so we can
Mhm.
bring it up here and
Yep.
no one will know?
That's right.
Okay, shh, no one knows. Okay, Brad Lewis. All right. I am just starting to build. Oh, yeah, well, this is a question we had too, but it seems redundant to talk about it again. But
It's really not though to anyone listening.
yeah, okay. All right. So this is the first time you've heard this, Brian. This is the first time you've heard this. Have you noticed, like, delay went in stages? And what I mean by that is, like you were saying earlier, like in the 80s and all that stuff, there was always a rack mount delay. There was always a delay unit on somebody's
Oh,
rig,
yeah.
right?
You had to have the delay in the background on your leads while you had your high top sneakers.
Okay,
on the
so
monitor.
that's not a new thing.
No.
Okay, because I noticed that, like, what we were saying is back in the days of Doc Martens and combat boots, you know what I mean? And the hair and the ponytail with the shaved sides.
Right.
Hipsters.
No, you're not that's only now, but you have to add a beard, then you're a hipster. But back then, they weren't hipsters, they were just grunge. Maybe grunge was hipster back then.
Yeah,
It was
kind of.
mainstream.
That was
Yeah.
that was the cool thing back then.
Yeah, but back then it was kind of, I mean, there were distortion pedals, but there wasn't really delay or reverb or anything. It was just kind of like Frank
wasn't
Marshall.
it wasn't as prevalent. Yeah, I mean, you had a lot of guys going through like Fender amps and like Boss pedals because
Right.
Kurt Cobain
Right, exactly.
started doing that.
We know how that ended.
I'm so proud of you right now. I'm so proud of you.
It-
Hashtag Courtney murdered him.
Right. Then
Yeah,
Stone,
don't even get me started on that.
then Stone Temple Pilots came out with a more processed sound.
Yeah.
Alice in Chains had a pretty big sound.
Mm-hmm.
Soundgarden had a pretty big sound.
And we can also talk about, I think somebody actually mentioned this in one of these papers, about the Dookie Mod. Do you know,
Green
you know
Day.
what I'm talking about?
the Green Day.
Yeah, I want to save this though. Hang on to that for me, please, Jeeves. Somebody, I swear somebody, or was that through an email? I can't remember because I'm not
It's a mod I did.
no. It was look at you trying to take credit for Green Day's mods. No, I'm joking. But no,
I thought
apparently
even like on a DS1 or
no.
something. Okay.
Their record, their first record, I think,
Oh, gotcha,
was
gotcha.
called Dookie.
Right.
It's a great
Actually,
record.
it wasn't
Great.
the first record.
It was not their first record. Okay, but that record had
That was-
monster guitars.
that
on
was
it.
I think
the
Kerplunk was
popular
their
one.
first record.
Okay, that was their breakthrough record,
Right,
though, Dookie,
right.
right? Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, they had monster tones on that, and I've heard a number of things. I've heard it was modded plexis, and I've heard it was modded 800s.
Yes.
So I don't. Which one was it?
Yep.
Okay, exactly. So you know
I
that
don't
was
know.
a bit.
I
That was a
honestly
big sound, and I don't think was
Is it 800s?
I'm pretty sure it's a JCM 800.
But that was at the time it wasn't really a defining tone, but like a couple years later, people I think started realizing, oh man, that was a mammoth tone, and I think that was a Strat.
Yeah. it
into a
was.
Marshall. I mean, just
With the humbucker.
Humbucker
just grip it and
the
rip
bridge.
it. Yeah. So if only somebody would have done that, in the early '80s, Eddie Van Halen. Right? I mean, seriously, that was the tone. A Strat with a humbucker into a Marshall.
Yep.
Get it over. But we can. I don't know. So what I'm saying though is then there wasn't a lot of delay
For a period of time, probably.
for a period of time, and now it seems to come back. And like you said, in the last episode that was deleted.
It's all over the praise and worship. on it.
Exactly. Yeah.
All over the praise and worship. on it.
Yeah. So and
'Cause apparently God likes delay.
I'm so proud of you. Now you're offending people. This is great.
Oh, that's not offensive. I'm just like
that's damn offensive.
I'm
offended.
If every praise and
No.
worship band uses a bunch of delay and all the songs kind of have the same motive and theme, I mean, it's like,
Even I'm not touching this one.
Yeah, I'm not touching this one, but I'll go with you on it. And it's not offensive. It's not offensive at all. It's
if
actually
you're
really
offended by that, then you got bigger issues, man.
that's how I lived my whole life thinking that. But yeah, whatever.
Jake's looking at me going, I hate this company.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
hate this company.
but it says, I'm just starting to build a pedal board, and a good delay is.
That was not me.
He's got
Jake's
candy
leaving his-
wrappers.
Jake's leaving his trash in the couch.
This is a Reese's. I'm a Starburst guy.
Yeah,
Of course you are.
yeah. What?
I got I don't know
Yeah,
what that's even supposed to mean.
I'll roll with it though. So Brad, let's get back. Can we get back to Brad? Brad
Yes,
says,
Brad.
as I'm just starting to build a pedal board, a good delay is needed. Totally agree. I thought I had decided on a TC flashback, but Brian hinted in a recent podcast that he was possibly working on a new delay pedal. Well, the mere mention of that caused me to flush the flashback idea. I mainly
I would hesitate to say that Jake and I are working on delay pedals.
Oh, plural, possessive. No, nothing, just plural.
plural.
They were talking about English rules. I'm just reciting things that I heard. But okay, so let's
Genitive
let's come back to that. Is that cool? Okay. The mere mention of that caused me to flush. Okay. I mainly like that it had several types of delay in one pedal. So my question is, what types of delay work with what types of tones/pedals, such as cleans, ODs, distortions? I love my faux tape echo, but was lured by the multiple choices of the flashback. Are there any delay and pedal combinations that don't play well together? I'm mainly interested in cleans, classic rock, 60s and 80s, and blues, if that helps.
Well, basically, our delay pedals sound great with everything.
It's true. But, and then one thing I did, and I'll go back to the commercial. I basically gave a commercial for
That's it. For the commercial there.
Yeah, okay. All right, fair enough. But no, and the thing is we've played a lot of brands. That's one of the great perks or occupational hazards that you could say about this gig is you play a lot of pedals.
Right.
Times is hard. but no, we've played, I mean, you name a brand. We've played a delay pedal, Strymon, Kettle and Bread, TC. The list goes on. That's just the first ones to come to mind because obviously we were talking about them. But I've never played one precursor. I've owned an Echoplex. True life, okay? I loved it, but I bought it at a steal, turned around, sold it, and made a ton of money, so I couldn't warrant keeping it.
Right.
But I remember the first time I played the faux analog echo before this version of the faux tape echo. I was like, that's it. That's the delay tone. And, it didn't have the modulation on it, but as far as the bass delay tone, it was like
the echo degraded. And
yeah, it was just right. That and the tone of your guitar sounded the same. It just still sounded really good. But I was using a DD3, and I swear anytime you run through and I love the DD3 for what it does. I mean, I think Joe Bonamassa still uses a DD3.
I know Paisley uses one too sometimes.
Yeah.
Mayor does too.
Mayor does too. Yeah, so I mean they do that thing really well, but as far as sounding vintage, that's what it sounded like. Hey, I just got a reminder on my phone that we're shooting a podcast today. Cool. Thanks for letting me know now.
It's a few hours
Siri.
late.
Right.
You probably ought to get going then.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, so the one thing I would say is it's great you have that, but I don't think you're going to find excuse me, he says he has the faux tip echo. I guess where I'm going go
different
ahead.
companies have, they do what they think sounds good, right? So,
Well, of course.
I have TC delay, and I like it.
Right.
I also have,
do they do a
Talon
mini
Bread
one?
delays.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
You know, I got some of the Catalan bred delays.
Right.
I like them.
Mhm.
I've had Boss delays. They're okay.
Right.
I mean, it's just
I guess what I'm getting at is he's talking about the multiple delays, and I get that, like that flashback times 3 you
it's
had.
awful handy to have all those
Mhm.
different functions.
And-
I think I come from the school of I'd rather do one thing really great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, kind of not a jack of all trades.
Right.
You'd rather do a master of one.
Right.
So
and even if the TC pedal does that, all those things great. My personal thought is I think some people tend to look at those type of units as you're sacrificing something because you can't possibly get all those sounds to be great. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to spend some time with one. My only thing is the footprint's just way too big. You know,
They get you pretty darn close.
Yeah.
I think we're talking last, the episode that we dropped. I have the TC, the triple flashback delay, and it does everything really great. Once you get to the echo, the tape echo, it's just missing the warmth and the actual tape emulation.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't do it quite like the photo tape echo.
Yeah.
That's why you need both.
I've got a small flashback, I think.
Yeah, the thing that I keep coming back to though is it's such a foreign thought to me a few years ago, but now it's commonplace, and that's multiple delays on your pedal board.
Right.
And so he's saying he wants multiple delays.
Max just had a sneeze.
Oh, did he?
Sneeze cam.
So
slow motion with spit going everywhere. But yeah, let's not put any type of image up for that.
Yeah.
But
so multiple delays.
Multiple delays.
Yeah.
It's like, why not? If you already have the thing I always say, it ain't eating nothing. In other words, you're not paying on it. It's not costing you anything to keep it. I would keep that on your board unless you're losing real estate on
right. Well, if you're like me, take all your delays and just switch them out between sets.
Yeah.
Maybe between songs.
True life.
Yeah, true life. Yeah, but no, I don't know. That's a good question. And did we talk about the accident thing? Was that last one, or was that the
accident thing?
Yeah, the one made discoveries by accident.
Oh yes, we did because yeah.
Did we drop that one? Or is this one good? I can't remember.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
Sputter fuzz. Backwards
Okay.
sentences.
Yeah. Okay. I want to switch gears. Let's go back to that one. But I want to switch gears. Talk more about the Miku pedal.
Miku. Yeah.
Is that right, Miku? Because you said you knew some background on that, right?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Okay. What did you want to say about that?
Oh, I was just going to say that, I mean, the more technical thing is that it's probably doing something similar to what I assume your organ pedal was doing from, was it Electro-Harmonics?
Yeah, Electro-Harmonics.
Right.
Yeah, is that it's probably like you've got a chip in there that's looking at your guitar signal and figuring out what frequencies or what notes you're playing, and then it has like in memory it's got like these different sounds. I don't know, whatever the Miku one's doing, but then it'll like pick a sound based on the frequency or the note you're playing and then like just output that.
Okay, because I mean,
you okay?
Yes, I
was
was
he
young.
did he yawn again? Well, the thing that was cool, and the thing that was cool is if you've ever played a B9 or if you have one, check it out. Because I never really, I'm so simple-minded.
You know what? When I took one apart, there's little monkeys in there.
Exactly.
And you play a guitar, and the monkey hears the note, and he plays it on the little organ.
Yeah. But no, listen for this, because Jake was the one that pointed out. He's like, basically, it's like a harmonizer. He's like, if you listen to it, you told me that you said and then you'd hit a note, and then I think each time we switched like a thing, setting, what if you will, the setting knob, it would change the harmony. So like you'd hear a 1-3 and then an octave lower, and then the next time it'd be a 1-5 and an octave. And that was like their dirty organ, and then it would add gain. You know what I mean? So is that kind of what you're talking about? It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, it can do that. Yeah.
Okay, the technology is
the technology is the same.
Okay.
So they're just implementing it, with an organ, or you could do it with sound effects. You could have Max's yawns on different pitches.
We got to get Max some coffee.
I know. Now, is any of that done with the R2D2?
Probably not, no. You need something a little more powerful.
So did we give up on that?
I love you, Travis, but only Travis asked Jake Steffes from Steffes Engineering. So you do that with the R2D2?
Yeah.
The sad thing is Jake knows exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, there's a R2D2 and the F1. Am I right? You know what I'm talking about? There's
F1.
there's an
They got their own
F1.
vernacular going here.
There's an F1 for
No,
delays.
it's
Yes.
been FV1.
It's the same thing, but there's the R2D2 and the F1s.
I don't
Do-
think we've
do they
used the
choose those?
R2D2s in ages.
Yeah, was that dead technology now?
That's dead.
Okay.
No, it's relevant, just not not
okay.
for our
There's
stuff.
there's more powerful things we have to play with,
Okay.
Big
All
kid
right.
toys.
like the Millennium
Apparently, like race cars, F1 cars. Come on.
Flux capacitors.
Flux capacitor. Speaking of flux capacitors, you know how that was come up with, right? Doc Brown fell and hit his head. True story.
Boom.
Yep.
Look at that segue. Okay. Nope, that was a segue. The only reason it's the worst segue ever is because I have all these papers and I can't remember. But anyways, Brad had another question, and it was along the lines of, basically he said, have you ever had an accident that resulted in a new pedal or a new sound? In other words, have you ever been designing something and made a mistake and stumbled onto something, said, oh man, this is actually really cool?
Yes.
And he actually said flux capacitor in the email.
I was wondering if Brian has ever made one of those moments, ever had one of those moments where he grabbed the wrong part, made a wiring mistake, slipped the bathroom, hit his head, and envisioned the flux capacitor type thing that led to one of his pedals.
Segue.
That's how I invented turducken.
So the answer is years ago. Yes, I was trying to make a, I don't know, it's overdrive or distortion now, but it's like
What?
2004.
You make it overdrive or
I know.
distortion?
I know. Most of the stuff I do is for bass players.
Yeah.
So, but I stayed up for like 3 days, and I had a capacitor capacitor backwards. Anyways,
Nothing?
no, I had a transistor backwards, which Jake, as you know, well, if you're running a loud signal into a transistor that's placed backwards, it won't sound right.
You're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, it has a very sputtering sound as it tries to choke up some sort of sound, and it just doesn't. Hence the sputter fuzz.
Fuzz. That's
So-
yeah. There's
Butterfuzz.
It had a
not,
unique sound.
Not Butterfinger Max.
Not necessarily a
Butterfuzz.
great sound,
It's
but
not
it
a
had unique
candy. It's a
sound.
pedal.
And that's why it's not in the line anymore.
It's not in the line anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you sold a couple.
Yeah, that was back in the olden days. So yeah.
That was Indie Guitars days, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Didn't you tell me you tried to drop that off of your name on Facebook and they won't let you?
Facebook won't let me.
That's stupid. Maybe I can get them on the horn.
I tried to call Mark.
Listen here, Facebook.
I actually called Facebook and asked for Mark Zuckerberg.
Siri, call Facebook.
I don't see any places matching Facebook.
Sorry, dude. I thought I had connections. I don't. I'm sorry.
Siri doesn't know nothing.
Siri doesn't know anything. But I tried.
Let's see.
Hey, you got it?
Call Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't see Mark Zuckerberg in your contacts.
I thought you were a big time operator. Apparently not if you don't have Mark Zuckerberg in your contacts.
I know.
Phony.
I suck. I'm such a loser.
Okay. So that's yeah, good one, Brad. I thought that was a really good one because you don't think about that. I mean, Viagra was discovered by accident. True story. He was working on like blood pressure or something.
That's how Stretch Limo came to be.
That's how the stretch limo came to be.
What?
He just say random weird stuff. Every now and then people agree with you. Like, wait, what?
Story of my life.
And that's how I invented turducken.
Turducken is disgusting.
I've never tried it.
Oh my! It just looks disgusting.
So, what we got? All your papers are so random.
I don't
and
know.
out of order
I know.
now.
The
It
bad thing
doesn't-
is I've actually put little numbers in the corner of each one, so you can put them in order.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
5.
Oh, he
3.
did.
One.
Who puts them on the top? They're supposed to go on the bottom.
But 4's missing.
APA, they go on the top.
Somehow you've 4's right there.
I don't play basketball.
Or MLA, they go on the top.
I don't list houses.
There. I've
All right.
fixed it for you.
This one is: should I run all my effects through the loop? Nope. How is tone affected when you run it through the front of the amp? Better. Next one. What's the best way to use head?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's the problem.
Okay, delay pedals through the loop, reverb through the loop,
Possibly
EQ
chorus.
through the loop,
Possibly, yes. That's a way
chorus.
of doing
Just throw it away.
it. But don't, I mean,
No chorus. Don't run your chorus through the front of the amp. Don't run it through the loop. Run it into the trash can or a compactor.
that's not
it's
true.
It's at the gain stage of the Fender DeVille. You just don't even need it.
Yeah.
No. You can't do that. I
Unless you're
mean,
an Alice
you definitely don't want to put
change
an overdrive or distortion in the loop.
That's what I said. No, don't do it.
Yeah.
It sucks. How's it better? It's better. Or how's it affected? It's better.
Right. I mean, I have known some people that run a distortion pedal into the effects loop in, which would be also the return, if it's effects send or return. And you bypass the preamp and then use just the power amp of the amp. But you don't have loud volume that way.
Yeah. In other words, run through the front of the amp. Chorus pedal, bad. Wrap up. Sorry. I mean, I don't know. And he didn't. Whoever put this on the paper didn't say who that was from.
Oh, that's my fault.
Okay.
That was somebody from email.
Okay. Guy from email.
Thank you, email, for your question.
What's the guy from email?
Sorry,
Internet.
I was in a hurry.
But what's the best way to use headphones with a tube amp in order to practice quietly and get good tone? Is a cab simulator or modeling software a better alternative?
Yep.
Yes, I think that modeling software for practicing at home is the way to go. It's really hard to beat it.
Plug your headphones into your speaker cabinet
No.
jack. Don't do that.
No, unless you want to buy a new transformer.
Or yes.
Or
new
or amp altogether. Depends on what kind of damage you're doing.
So I mean, yeah, you need some sort of speaker emulator there.
Jake, did you know you could measure the resistance of resistors without plugging them in?
Somebody out there just
I
took a
was
shot.
always taught you had to power them first.
I didn't know.
No, I wasn't.
I was never taught
wasn't.
anything about that. Come on, internet.
You got schooled today?
I did. It's great. I learned stuff today. I mean, I'm colorblind, so that would have saved me so much time last night. Seriously, you know how long it took me to do that?
Friend.
Huh?
Multimeters are your friend.
I know, but I thought that was for other things.
No,
So-
it's for measuring one of the functions.
I know.
Measuring
I
ohmage,
thought, yeah, I know ohmage,
resistance. if
but
you will.
like, I just thought voltage. You know what I mean?
That's one thing. That
That's
can do
one
as
of the
well.
multi. It's like a multi-tool.
Yes.
It's like it does
Hence
multiple things.
Multimeter.
Speedometer.
Oh.
Can it tell me how fast I'm going?
It won't do that.
How many miles I've
And
gone?
it's not a pedometer either. So it doesn't count your steps.
So it's pretty worthless. I'm not even going to use it. I'm just going to build my amp, and whenever that last solder joint is cold, I'm going to fire it up
Right.
and wear goggles and make sure no copper windings go flying everywhere. That's possible. Did you know
Remove
that?
the kids from the room, please.
Did you know that? That's possible.
I can
Glass will
imagine.
go everywhere if you mess something up.
Remove the kids from the room before you start the amp.
Yeah. I heard the main thing is make sure your diodes are in the right order on the rectifier, because that can blow like your transformer and everything.
Awesome. No pressure.
Yeah, it's like a 17-cent part
Mm-hmm.
could be responsible for costing you hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reading an article and it said, okay, check them one more time. Or it said, check them, and as soon as you install them, finish your build, come back and check them.
Mm-hmm.
Then go watch TV for 20 minutes, come back and check them. Then make a sandwich, then come back and check them.
Right.
I was like, I get it. I need to check those. But, how much time? Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Man, how many true bypass pedals can I have on my board before I need a buffer?
Jake?
1.
In other words, buy a buffer. Come on. I like that. That's good. That's good. How about you? Do you have a buffer?
I use Tube Screamer.
Yep.
It's
got a
good
button.
enough.
Yep. Yep. Same here. I have a tube screamer on, and it's got the buffer. You know.
It's got the buffer.
I attached one to my guitar. With
Did
the
you?
screw right through the middle of the
The
right
Redeemer?
through the middle of the enclosure into the guitar, and so it's just plugged in there all the time.
Yeah.
That's why I do it.
Well, they have the Redeemer. I think I should get one of those, but I don't want to route a guitar. I would like to try a Redeemer. See how
It's
good
just
it
a
is.
buffer circuit.
I know, but then it frees up a spot on your board.
I like those who talk about transparent buffers. It makes me laugh.
Dude, Josh and Jay just put something funny on a video. I had a picture. I was playing. It was one of Max's at Max Jeffrey 3 on Instagram, and I was playing. He just got me. I was playing a Strat, but
Yep.
beside me was a Strat with just the Strat body with the guts ripped out of it and some hardware on it.
Yeah.
And Josh
saw
wrote,
that.
a Strat sounds so transparent. I was like, oh, that's good. That's funny.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I mean, sorry to cut those two, those last three questions
Oh,
short,
no.
but it's just that there's not a
No.
lot to be said that hasn't been said already. You know what I mean?
Episode 26, episode 18.
27, 28, 29, 30. No,
Episode
no, but no, they're
45.
great. The reason we've covered it so many times is because it's such a good question and,
Right.
something that
Yeah,
everybody wants to know.
Yeah, I mean, people still have questions about it.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll keep answering them as long as you keep
you keep
asking.
asking, we'll keep answering.
But on that note,
Mm-hmm.
if you guys have any questions or comments or suggestions, or just want to tell us how much you appreciate us for going back to these microphones,
Boom.
or maybe just reclaim the hate mail. You guys are harsh. But
Jake cried.
Jake cried, but leave them in the comment section below. Check us out on Chasing Tone Podcast Facebook, Chasing Tone Podcast Instagram, Wampa Pedals Tone Group, Max's blog, wampapedals.com/blog. Did I miss anything? Brian's
No.
profile on Farmers Only.
Yes, yes. Farmers only. You don't have to be lonely.
FarmersOnly.com. So, for Jake, Max, and Brian, I'm Travis. Thank you for listening.